that. Well, happy Thursday, my fabulous. Happy Thursday. Not only is it Thursday, but it is Tax Talk Thursday. On top of that, so I'm on my way to a meeting, and so I've been listening to the book, The Fringe Hours. I believe that's the title of that. At least that's one of the books, and it's been talking about utilizing small pockets of time to do things. Because oftentimes we think that we think we don't have enough time, and then when we really start doing an audit of how much time we waste on little things, we realize that, I could be doing something else. All right, I could be doing something productive, and really utilize my time effectively and efficiently. And so this book has really got me to thinking as far as my time and how I'm utilizing my time. And so, as I meet with different moms and helping them to start their home-based business, and one of the biggest challenges that they talk about is, Teacher Melanie, I don't have enough time. Where am I going to find the time to do this? I have my household to take care of. I have my children. I'm married. Those who are married have their husbands and themselves to take care of, and now to add to it, a business. And I'm saying, you know what? You do have time. It's just a matter of time of how you craft out the time that you do have, because we all get 24 hours in the day, right? We all get 24 hours in the day, but oftentimes we don't realize how much time we waste in the 24 hours in the day, and then we end the day and we're like, what did I actually do today that was productive? Because I know for myself, one of the things that I've realized, especially if I'm exhausted, it will take me longer to do a project. And I'm a napper. So when I get 5 minutes, I think I was in a prior life, I was living in a Spanish country, right, having a siesta, because I've always been a napper. 5 minutes does me wonders. I mean, and I'm not, sometimes it's literally 5 minutes, sometimes it's 20 minutes, right? Sometimes it's an hour. And I realized that when I just take that little time to just center myself and get my mind together, I am so much more productive. I think better. I'm clearer in my thoughts. It's a task that was taking me an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, took me 45 minutes, right? Because I was focused and really diligent about what I'm doing. So I'm saying this is that it's so important that you learn your rhythm. Don't allow anyone or anything to define your rhythm, because when you do that, it throws you off. You get frustrated, you get weary, you get anxious, and I'm talking from experience. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I am talking from experience. So just really want to encourage you on that. And so the other thing too, as a financial rep, I, as it relates to money, I said to my clients, hey, take a 2 weeks or so and just really track your spending. Just see what's going in, what's going out, right? Knowing your budget. And I do that with my with my clients, but I also talk with my home-based business clients about their time as well, right? Because especially if they have their 9 to 5, their dream funder, and helping them to identify those pockets of time on how they can utilize their business, right, and be efficient in their business. A lot of times it's not a whole lot, it's not hours, because hours means hours of wasted time. You lose focus very easily, and then you get anxious. I talked about that already, and so that's something I would suggest that you do if you're looking to start a home business, and you're like, first of all, what should I start? But how am I going to start it? How am I going to start it? So you're gonna start first of all with you, where you are in your schedule, and start tracking your schedule, all of it. Okay, all the time scrolling on social media, where you're like, well, let's go on a few minutes, and then you realize 30 minutes have gone and your finger is still going, right? Or you're swiping, whether it's up or whether it's down, right? It's still swiping. You're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just spent 30 minutes looking into somebody else, knowing that my life right now is a hot mess, right? So that's one thing that you can do. But one of the things that really, really helps me out is accountability. I cannot say that enough. When I used to hear the word coaching, I only associated with sports. And once I really started to understand the industry of having a coach and having a mentor, what really helped me, what really started me was when my husband and myself had some challenges, being sued, bankruptcy, foreclosure, and had to get a coaching to help us to through that process. And then in this field of coaching myself, things that I was normally doing, right, helping people in their journey of starting entrepreneurship. I was always find people always asking me, "Hey Mel, how do you do this? And what does this mean? Can you help me?" And I realized that I need to get into this industry of coaching because this is something that people always ask me, right? And so once I realized, well, I was like, oh, I'm doing this naturally. I got to really cultivate this. And there's so many people, there are so many of you that are like that. That there's that skill set where people always come to me because they know, right? Or they like to pick your brain. So getting to the point of no longer picking your brain, okay, but really getting paid for your knowledge, your experience, and don't be afraid to think that, well, this knowledge and experiences, people already know this, and you'll be so surprised, okay? You know it because you are in that space. You see it, you breathe it, you taste it. But on the outside, right, it's not so. It really is not so. That's why, I always say you don't compare, you just compete. You don't have to be concerned if somebody is doing it or there's so many people doing it. You'll be surprised that you still offer a different flair. You still offer a different insight and experience that you can bring to the table that people will gravitate to you, right? Your experience and your skill set because of who you are, not somebody else, right? We have a saying that, we hear that who is for you is for you, and what is for you is for you, right? So that's why you don't have to be concerned about, oh my God, this person is doing this person, they have so many followers. That thing it don't mean a thing. It does not mean a thing whatsoever. As long as you're offering good service, good product, good quality products, you will be surprised how people get attracted to you. Honestly, people will get attracted to you. So just want to encourage you, if you have been looking to start a home-based business, you're not quite sure where to start, I do offer a complimentary 15 minutes. If you go on my page, Teacher Melanie, and look in one of my links, you can find it. Find that link so you can book an appointment and all the other things that I offer, right? But it's teachermelanie.com. So go there, book your appointment, see if you're a good fit, how I can help you to get to the next level. Because you don't want to get stuck doing the same thing, thinking you're going to get a better result, right? Because I'm sticking it out. Sometimes you got to let things go, right? And bet on yourself, right? And you don't even have to bet because you don't have to depend on anybody. The only person that can stop you is you. My father tells me that all the time, no matter what. He says the only person can stop you is you, no matter what time or the season. And I was reflecting. It was so funny. I was listening to Everybody Should Be a Millionaire, that book, which is great, by the way. And, she was talking about Madam C.J. Walker. And in my group, I had posted an article about Madam C.J. Walker and how, during that time, she was a millionaire during a time where there was discrimination. There was so many things that could have set her back. But needless to say, being one of the first black millionaires and a woman on that to conquer the barriers and the things that were in the way is phenomenal. And so I share this with you to really encourage you that no matter what barrier that you see, you can get an axe and tear it down, right? Because of the fact you have a made up mind. That determination is your drive. And you can't afford to allow anyone or anything to take that away from you. So that's why I say, don't allow fear, right, to stop you. Don't allow past failures to stop you, because they are only failures if you stop, right? They are only failures if you stop. Something came up out of one thing, and as devastating as it may be at times, I realize, you know what? Okay, it is what it is. I'm going to learn from this. I'm figuring out, get some guidance and some counseling, some coaching, so I can continue to move forward. Okay? So let's continue to move forward. I realize that I do like videos, and I like lives, by the way. I like lives. I really, really do like lives. I like what you see is what you get, right? Um, I could just wing it. I really, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I do plan stuff, okay? But stuff like this, it comes natural. So just think about things that come natural to you and how you can show up consistently in doing the things that God has called you to do. Because if you have an unctioning about something, God has called you to that thing, okay? God has called you. You can no longer bottle it, because someone needs what you have. Someone needs what you have. You are that person, lifeline, right? You are the solution to an individual's problem or concern. So make it happen. All right, my fabulous peeps. So, as I said, you go to teachingmelody.com. When you go there, you're interested in booking an appointment with me to see if I'm a good fit in helping you navigate these streets and starting a business, helping you to get things in order right sooner than later, whether that's in online or offline or both, right? How to navigate that so you can have multiple streams of income just with one idea, with one thing that you're doing. Let's go and connect. All right. So, like I always say, remember to pray, plan, and believe, because God is still in the business of doing miracles. Make it a great day. Bye, fabulous.